Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our virtual service here at Wimbledon Spiritualist Church and to the small congregation that we have here this morning. I extend a warm and loving welcome on behalf of Jackie and myself, and I do hope you enjoy our service this morning. Our medium is the Reverend Rose Anderson. Rose is here. She's just out of shot at the moment, but she is here, and Rose will open in prayer in a moment. And I want to remind everybody this is a live service. We're not recording it. This is a live service, so we're live both on Facebook and YouTube, and live here with a congregation. So friends, I ask you to put your minds in a quiet, nice place, and I'll ask our medium Rose to open with prayer.
After she switched off her phone.
Yeah. Can do this one from here.
Divine Spirit, Father God, as we gather here this morning, we ask that your love and your blessing come down amongst us all, and that you may fill us with your love, light, healing, joy, upliftment and energy, that we may embrace and enjoy this wonderful morning in this service. We ask that everyone here and all those who are watching and taking part in this morning is filled with love and light and healing and upliftment and joy. And I ask as your medium that I am refilled and refreshed, that as I receive, I give, and I give, I receive back. So the circle is continuous and unbroken. And as always, I leave this service in your care and keeping. Amen.
Thank you, Rosie. Thank you very much indeed. Now, friends, we're going to go into the healing moment where we keep our prayers for our loved ones and family that are sick and unwell, those names deeply inscribed in our own hearts and our minds, and also those people whose names are in the church healing book and healing books everywhere. And especially we pray for Nick, a member of this church who's been in and out of hospital the last few months with a heart problem. We also pray for Leslie, Rachel and Jack, my own Jackie, Jill, Emily, Nicole, Rose, Bernie, and for the people involved in the explosion in Lancashire, and for the war that's going on in Israel and Palestine. We really need this afternoon, when the United Nations meet, to find some sort of peace. Sharon, Kelly and Stephen, Mayha, who's having problems with lodgers, and, as I say, Nick. We ask that God's love and healing praise be sent to them, and they be healed of mind, body and spirit, according to divine law. We also ask for Steve. So, my friends, let's have a few moments of healing, and then I will say the Serenity Prayer, which I ask you all to say together when it comes up on the screen. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, to courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So mote it be. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much indeed. I'd like to mention, everybody, say a big thank you to those who donated to our church last week through PayPal. Thank you very much indeed. And also for those here in the congregation for donating. It really made a difference to the church funds. So thank you very much. So if anyone out in the virtual world can donate to the church, there's a PayPal account for us. It goes into the church company. And it's PayPal, www.paypal.com, PayPal me at LAD/LAD promotions. That will help with the running and the suits. I'll go back. I'm going back to get refitted next week for my mum's teeth. Keep the church open for the people we can help. And we're looking forward to being reopening on the 6th of June, D-Day. So thank you very much indeed. Yeah. So we can say hello to a few names on the screen. Okay, Alison, I remembered that prayer. Good morning, Christine. Good morning, Leelaine, and welcome to our church. Sue Chadwick, good morning and welcome. Annie, good morning. Kat, good morning as well. Shyla, good morning. Thank you for your welcome. And Laurie, thank you very much indeed. Diane, good morning and welcome. Carol, good morning and welcome to our church. Lorna, good morning, one of our healers here. Lisa, good morning and welcome. Rita Gonzalez, good morning again. Thank you for joining us once more. Vicky Taylor, good morning. Cheryl Boxall, Cheryl, good morning. Looking forward to seeing you back here. Elizabeth Kennedy Mason, all three of you, good morning. Holly Johnson, good morning and welcome. Christine Woodham, hello Christine. Hope you're well, darling. Hope Spain's keeping you safe. Morning, Phil, good morning. Helen, good morning and welcome. Pamela Watson, good morning. I'll do one more. Helen Wood, I think we know Helen Wood, don't we?
We do, yeah.
Good morning, Helen. Welcome. I hope you're okay. Now I'll ask Jim to come up and give the reading. Take your visor off. Yeah. Can you see Jim all right, Richard?
He's not answering. Can you? Okay. Oh, lovely. Right. I'm going to read a poem from the book that was written by my late wife, Sylvia Blythe. It was called Inspired Poetry. And this is called The Oak. Tall, strong oak tree with branches thick and wide. When someone chops your branches off, what do you feel inside? You cannot run and hide somewhere. You cannot hide your face. Sometimes you grow another branch, but you never slip from grace. Big tall oak tree, when leaves are brown or green, you show to me the great strength in life, if power can be seen. Tall, strong oak tree, we could learn from you. We could find our strength again in everything we do. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you very much. Well, friends, I asked Jim to do that reading this morning. I have a copy of Sylvie's book, and we put it together this morning, and I wanted to express very much about the power of the oak tree and how it's good to sit under an oak tree if you can in a park local to us. Ravensbury has quite a few oak trees in it, and other parks around Surrey and Greater London. What we need to get is the strength from the oak tree. And my dad took out a group of people, use the word mission, to Japan, and he got them all hugging trees out there. And all these very dour looking Japanese men going around going, hug tree. And they're putting their arms around this tree and hugging them. And the energy and healing they felt from that tree was quite incredible. And I know myself how much the tree impresses us all, how it covers us in the rain, protects us with the air and oxygen that we breathe in every day. And we're inclined to neglect the tree just because they're there. We don't really acknowledge them. And when we first moved up from South London, Brixton to then Wallington, Surrey, my Jackie was taken quite poorly with asthma. And the doctor, when our GP spoke to her, and he said, because you're not used to these trees in Surrey. The trees in Surrey are not as good as for asthmatics as they are in Lambeth. And Jackie lived right near Clapham Common, and anyone knows Clapham Common, it's a very populous tree area. And So Jackie's basically over the years has got used to the trees and spores and how they affect us. But we do have to acknowledge the power of the oak tree. And there's an old naval song, which is the Hearts of Oak, where the battleships that were fought in the Napoleon and the War of Independence were made of oak, and how strong the oak tree was and still is of today. And we need to find that strength from the power of the trees and the power of nature, and how we can invoke their knowledge and their strengths. Because some of the trees, especially around the area we live in, are 300 to 500 years old, especially up at Wimbledon Common. They're ancient, they've seen far more in this life than we have. And they've seen and acknowledged so much. And when some bad things have happened up at Wimbledon Common over the years, the police have often said, only if the trees could speak, because they could tell us what's gone on. The power of the tree, and especially the oak, is the strength that we can also muster within ourselves. We can muster to do things ourselves, to strengthen us. Now, all of us through this pandemic have suffered one way or another, either through bad health, had poor health during the pandemic, long-term health issues during the pandemic, or health that just keeps reoccurring backwards and forwards. My own little grandson, Noah, has constantly had a cold the whole time. And there's nothing wrong with him. The doctors have checked him. He's been COVID checked and everything, because there was an outbreak in a nursery just before Christmas, and he's fine. But he's constantly got a streamy nose. And those of you who've had children know what a streamy nose can look like, especially when they go, which he's very good at. He's mastered it. But the thing is, everybody, we've got to use the strength of the tree. We've got to muster that. Now, the other day, somebody put on Facebook, or my Facebook page, it could have been other people's, the difference and the shape of the tree of life. And our daughter-in-law Claire's got a beautiful metal frame of the tree of life in her garden. And when you overlaid the tree of life on top of a placenta, it's tree of life shape. And if you think and know how much power and knowledge and feeding and everything else the placenta gives to a child, it's incredible what that placenta does. And it goes the same for the tree. It gives us so much which we're unaware of at the time. So we must acknowledge that light and that power of all trees, be it small, large, miniature. I've become very protective lately. I don't like people buying real Christmas trees unless they're going to replant them. Because cut a Christmas tree down for the sake of a few months, it's sad in my eyes. And there's 2 dumped Christmas trees in our front of our flats where people have dumped them. And they're big trees, they're about 4 or 5 foot tall. And that's a waste of a tree. It's a waste of a life. And I even tell my 2 grandboys, Ethan and Noah, not to pull on leaves and trees, because they're a living energy. They're a living entity within its own being. So we need all of this. We need everything in nature. And I know some people will say, or maybe even my Jackie, well, what the trees do to my lungs every year, and Rose as well as an asthmatic, but they still give us, as somebody just put on it, they are the lungs of the world. And we need those lungs, and we need our world. Whatever your politics may be or your thoughts may be, just think twice when you see a tree and how much that tree can do for you, how much healing that tree can do for you. And there's no harm even just to say good morning to it and tap it as you walk past and say, morning, thank you. Friends, hope you enjoyed those few words this morning. I'm now going to ask Rose to demonstrate the gifts of mediumship. If Rose should come to you or speak to you, please answer clearly yes or no. Rose will do her best to sort out all the yeses and nos. And also, Rose is going to be doing some sitting down. She's going to see all the words up on the screen in front of you. I'm going to move the camera in a moment. But also remind everyone, we are live on YouTube and Facebook. And please remember there's a 15 to 20 second delay in answering Rose's question. And if you're saying, Rose says, I'm describing a lady called Rose, and she's 5'2", eyes are blue. I won't go through the rest. You don't really want me singing, I promise you.
I'm not even anywhere near that.
You was one club. Anyway, friends, just please remember you're saying yes to Rose 5'2", or no, but Rose was smaller or taller, and Rose will sort this out for you. I'm just going to flick the camera over to to Rose and the microphone. Not feeling me best myself. I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning, so if I fall asleep during the service, you know why. So I'm just going to move the microphone over to a bit more to Rose.
Oh, hello.
Oh, I'd like to say something here, but I'm live on television.
It's expressing how I feel.
Yeah. Oh, Ashley, Charlie, where are you?
Oh, hello.
Can you see Rose?
Oh, you can't. You need to come down a bit. That's it. That do.
Is that okay?
Yeah. I can see me. There you go. You hear me? Can you hear me, Richard? Right. Okay, lovely. I do apologise. Well, that's brought a bit of well-needed humour because, yeah, I'm not going to go into all that. I really need that this morning. But well, good morning, everybody. I've actually got a couple. I didn't think I was going to get anything this morning. I was, you know, really thought, oh, I've been saying, somebody up there, please help me. I've got a feeling I'm with somebody here because I feel I'm drawn to this lady. Is that Sarah? Oh, good morning, Rose. Oh, good morning. Can she? Yeah. Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit, yeah. I'm very drawn to you. There's a gentleman standing behind you. Yeah. And I don't know if this is grandfather, father, but that's how he makes me feel. It's that type of feeling. Fatherly. Okay. I don't necessarily want to say father, because father's here, isn't he? Right, because they just said, oh, don't put her dad up there yet, he's not gone yet. But this man would have definitely I'm not going to say been like a second father, but he would have been fatherly towards you. Okay. I'm not sure if it's grandfather or an uncle, because I can't quite get the generation here. So I may actually have two people. One, you resemble very much. Okay. Got the sort of slimmer face, quite tall. Yeah, I was going to say, I know you're not overly tall, but this gentleman, he is long and lean, you know, sort of a bit like a funeral director, I wanted to say, Victorian pallbearer, you know. He's a nice man. I get a very droll sense of humour with him as well. I don't think he looked his age. I think he was a little bit older than he actually looks when he died. His looks were good to him. Yeah. You know, he never looked his age. And I feel up until his last illness, he said, I was fortunate, I enjoyed good health. And he was able to keep active. It was only the last illness he had. He said, I was very fortunate. He said, there's somebody in the family at the moment that is not so fortunate. I'm going to take this off because it's clacking. And it's, you know, it's a distraction. Somebody in the family is not so fortunate, and they're looking at long-term problems. Right. You know, something they have to live with. Now, we've all been moaning about our arthritic limbs here. Right. I'm not saying, I'm not, you know my mantra, not a doctor, don't diagnose, but I am feeling very much joints and mobility, and I have to say a lot of pain. Right. Okay. I don't know if this is a lady, but he's saying, well, she's bearing up a lot better than I would because I didn't do pain. Right, okay. And he said, you know, he said she does quietly mutter under her breath, yeah, but I would actually be swearing. Right. And that's what he said. He said, don't get me wrong, he wasn't a man that swore prolifically, but he didn't do pain either. He wasn't a very good patient. And I don't know if this is again your grandmother or your mum, but you know, she really is not enjoying things at the moment. Would that make sense?
I'm not, sorry. Yeah, a little bit pain, working hard, but kind of.
Right. Okay. I don't like kind of.
Yeah.
Then if it's not your mum or grandmother, then there is someone around you that is not enjoying they're not enjoying good health at the moment. Okay, but it's more chronic conditions than, you know, life. It's more life changing than life threatening.
Yeah, I guess I could take that maybe with a few aunts and things. I've got a few.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I just know it is in the family somewhere,
Right, okay.
because you know this gentleman is telling me this.
Right.
I know you're Sarah. Do you know someone called Herbert? Might have been called Bert.
Can't place that
Do
right now.
do forgive me if I might have left you, because I've got a funny feeling they're going to take me and just do quick messages everywhere, because I'm getting it really strongly. Do you know what? I feel that's with someone else. So I'm gonna put that to one side, because I want to give you a message from this gentleman. It's not about your family. It's about you. I don't know if you're looking for pastures new or you're looking to up sticks,
Right.
but I can see you, and you're very impatient. I mean, we all are.
Yeah.
You know, if I do readings for people, it's all you see, isn't it, for the last year or so,
Yeah.
is health and delays, because that's basically generically what everybody's been through. We've all been obsessed with health worries, and you know, we've all been held up. But I feel this is a particular thing for you. I don't know if it's to do with work or to do with your home, or both.
Right.
Because I can't make my mind up, and that tells me,
I can understand what you're saying.
like, okay, because they said that the things have been held up for a reason.
Right.
Not just because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
There are other things still going on in the world.
Yeah.
And I feel now you're understanding why.
Yeah.
Because if you had done what you wanted to do,
Yeah.
you wouldn't be where you are at the moment. And I feel you've either been needed or that there's been a reason why you are there. Yeah, correct?
Yeah.
Because he's saying, you know that you are guided. You will get what you want.
Yeah.
You definitely will, because you planned for it. You know you're going to get what you want. There was just a reason why you needed to stay put at this moment. And he said, you know, instead of sort of sitting and stamping your feet, you've looked and you've understood why. Okay, and he said, you know, because you're a good girl, you'll get exactly what you want. Okay, he said, and I won't be able to say that to you every time.
No.
Okay, I don't know if you're planning on moving to a bigger home, but I definitely can see you moving. And I feel it's like, I mean, having said that's moving anyway. I mean, you know, as anybody that's ever moved, you know, will tell you how stressful it is. But it's also, yeah, this is exactly right. So wherever you're going to, you know, it's I'm not going to say somewhere you can put roots down, but that's exactly what I want. You know, it's shown me that oak tree again, and it's like, you know, something that I can say, yeah, you know, I can make this something.
Okay.
I'm not saying that you're in a horrible place now, because you know, I'm not. That's not what I mean at all. But I feel there's something different you want.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm for. You got any ideas?
No, I just feel it's something that you can say, yeah,
Okay. No,
this is good.
I'm just pushing, been breathing, more confirmation.
Well, they said you'll get what you want.
Okay.
It may be that for the time being you don't know what you want.
No, I know. Okay.
Okay. Well, you know, sometimes when you're held up, it's because another choice comes along.
Yeah.
Which is annoying, but you know, if you've made your mind up you want to go left and then another choice comes,
Okay, right.
you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes when we're steered in a certain direction, you look back and you think, oh gosh, if I'd have taken that,
Mm.
that wouldn't have worked, or I would have missed this.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah, no, I've got two. Yeah.
Take it from me and from this gentleman here that you definitely, and he said it is granddad,
Yeah.
okay? He said you definitely will get what you want. I also feel, I don't know if it's you, but it keeps taking me to the teeth.
Right.
Have you had problems with your teeth?
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
right.
no.
Okay, we won't go there then.
Don't go there.
No, okay, no, it's a bit of a sore subject with me as well. So, you know, he's just said, you know,
Somebody at his daughter,
yeah, you need, you know, it needs to be sorted. Okay, all right, bless you, darling.
Thank you.
Okay, I've got the name Herbert. I think he was probably, I was going to say he was known as Bert, but it might have been Herbie. I don't know where I am actually. I can't see everybody, you know, to get a sort of a look. Right, okay. This man is, oh, hello from France. This man is sort of, he's making me all, you know, like jittery and moving about. So I get the feeling he was, you know, like he was here, there and everywhere. And he's not a tall, he's not a big man. He's wiry. That's how I want to put him. And sort of dapper, very dapper. Can anyone take this? No? No? Oh, hello. Do you know, funny enough, I had a feeling I was going to come to you. Yeah, because this gentleman is very, what I call wiry. Very, you know, like smart man. Yeah. You know, very dapper. Yeah. You know, and I wanted to say, you know, like a gent. Yeah. You know, a real old-fashioned, not seedy, no. You know, not smarmy, but a real old-fashioned gentleman. Yeah. And although he was a laugh and a joke, he was also a very gentle person. Yeah. You know, very, very gentle person. And he's bringing in a big dog here. Now, I know you're a cat lady, but this is a beautiful dog I've got here. I don't know if it belonged to him or whether this dog is relevant to you at the moment or around the family. It looks a bit like, it's not a Great Dane, but it is a big dog. It looks a bit like a Viorama, and I don't know if you know what a Viorama is. Yeah, I used to have a Dane. Right, okay. Then was it, I was going to say a bit small for a Dane, slightly, it might have been a female, I don't know, but... It wasn't full grown. Right, thank you. That explains it. Because I knew it wasn't quite as big as a Great Dane. Don't get me wrong, they're all like ponies to me, as you know, you know, but I knew that this dog wasn't as big as a Great Dane, so I'll take that. Thank you very much, Cheryl. Right, okay. This gentleman, this Herbie, he's just saying that you're really feeling it. I know, because we spoke a few times, you know, not often, I know, but we have spoke a few times, but you're really feeling it at the moment. I know you're not a huge drinker, but I want to go out and I just want to have a good old booze up. I could do with a knees up. Well, we'll all join you. When we're all allowed, I think that sounds quite good. But I feel frustrated about something. I don't know if you made plans and for some reason you can't take them. Now, I know outside you were discussing about, you know, certain things that's been happening with, you know, to do with your health. Yeah. And they said, but right, this isn't this gentleman, this is, I feel, your mum. She said it shouldn't come as a great surprise. No. I feel that you suspected it for a while, and you know, it may even be that another doctor suspected it, but it was never properly followed through. No. Because she just said it could make a difference in, you know, the way, you know, like you're treated or the way that the treatment goes, okay? And I don't know if you're looking to get a new car, but she said that, I don't know if there's something, I'm not saying there's anything, we're not talking engine or anything like that, but it's a comfort factor. It's like something to do with the seat. I don't know if you've just got it comfortable when but you need a new car or whatever, but she's talking about getting the seat right. She said that's really important, you being a leggy girl. And I don't know what, I mean, I'm not going to say what's going to happen over the next 6 months because, you know, none of us are out of the woods yet, but I know you want to go over to see your family, your daughter, and she's just said there's good news coming from there. I don't know whether this is something to do with one of your grandchildren, but it's like they're showing me a cup, like a prize, and you know, and I have no idea what I'm talking about, but obviously you do, because they just said, you know, first prize. Okay, so whatever it is, someone's succeeding at something, and it may even be they're winning at something. Okay, well, I have no idea what that can be, so I shall have to ask you afterwards. But can I just leave that with you, okay? Because I want to go to somebody else, because I feel I'm hopping all over the shop here. I don't know if I am with you, Sharon, or not, because I can see your nan standing behind you. The reason I said that is she suddenly appeared, she suddenly was there, but I was very drawn, I mean, I might even be being drawn to the telly, you know, but I've definitely got your nan standing, because you know, like I did know your nan slightly, not obviously like Ray and Jack knew, but she's standing behind you, she's got her hands on your shoulders, and she's saying, chin up, girl. You know, keep going. I know you've got a lot of problems. She said, but you will get through them. There's something been going on recently, and I don't know if you've been. I mean, I'm hardly ever on Facebook because you know, I just it's affecting my eyes and everything. So. But I don't know whether you've come off of it or do you know what I mean? You've just not been on it yourself, or because I feel as if there's been quite a lot of other things going on, and I just can't be dealing with any of it. I can't be dealing with. It's almost like you've buried yourself away. You know?
I can understand that in
more
the past tense.
Okay. Well, but recent past. You know, you might have just have come out of it. Because she's just saying that. Right. There's one or two people that's quite upset you. Okay. I don't know if this is family, you know, or close friends, or both even, but somebody has really cut you to the quick, or I feel as if I've got a knife in my back, because I feel like I've been betrayed by someone. I don't know whether you have, but the feeling is I've been really let down. I'm not saying that they'd run off with your life savings. I feel that this is it's more about what they've been saying, or because I want this. And your nan is saying, you know, but they've always had too much. Too much gossip. And sometimes you let yourself be drawn into things that you shouldn't let yourself be drawn into. Your mum's still here, isn't she? Yeah. Because she's talking about your mum. I don't know if she's your mum's mum, but she's taking me to your mum, and I feel as if, I don't know, I'm not saying it's your mum that you feel's let you down. It is, right, okay, because I was going to say, I feel disappointed.
Yeah.
Deeply disappointed.
Yeah.
It's not because she's taken someone else's side rather than yours. It's what's been said and the way it's been said.
That's right, yeah.
Okay, does that make sense?
It gets twisted.
It is difficult. She is your mum's mum, isn't she?
Yeah, she is,
Yeah, I was going to say, you know, but I'm glad, well, what I'm saying, I'm glad she's not a mother-in-law, because it wouldn't sound right. No, but she's saying that, because what she's saying to me is she always had a difficult relationship with her as well.
Okay.
Not easy. I'm not saying bad, I'm not saying that she didn't love her, but it's not an easy relationship. And you are the same.
Yeah.
And sometimes it just goes that way. Right, I'm choosing my words carefully because we are sort of live. Can I just say, you've bitten on a couple of things,
I have.
and that is the right thing to do at this time.
Okay.
You will have your time to say what you want to say, and it will be better said when you are calmer.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes, definitely.
In the meanwhile, you've stayed away, and sometimes that says everything. So I feel that the people concerned have gathered that you're not pleased. Sometimes you can say most by staying away. You will get the chance to have your say. When you are calmer, you can sit quietly. You need to say what's in your head and, you know, your heart, more importantly, but be able to say it rather than turn it into a screeching match. Because I don't know your poor mum, but I feel she's one that if you went for her, she'd react.
Oh, she does. Yeah.
But you can make her feel guilty. Does that make sense?
It does, yeah.
You know, you catch more flies with honey than with vinegar, as they say. You know, because I feel that when the time is right, you know, you can say things in a way that, you know, she will take without reacting. Because if she does, it will turn into a big family row, and your nan does not want that.
Well, that's kind of already happened.
Yeah, I know, but even bigger than it's already, you know.
Okay, yeah,
She's talking about you specifically having words with your mum because you're feeling hurt by her.
Yeah.
She's saying, never mind the rest of them, they can get on with it. Okay. You got a daughter as well.
Oh, what on the earth?
I don't know. I'm picking up a daughter.
What one in spirit?
Right. I'm not sure about that. I might have left you actually. When you say a daughter, no, this daughter is here. Have you? Are you? I'm not going to say worried about her, because let's face it, parents worry about their children ad infinitum. But has there been some concern around her? Okay. She's still at school? No. Right, well, for some reason it's either something to do with education or it's to do with work or it's like she's stressing over something. I'm feeling like I want to scratch myself to pieces. I don't mean she's, you know, got fleas or anything like that. I do want to reassure everyone. But I can feel that I've got eczema. I get eczema, and it's that when you get stressed and you will gouge it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right, okay, because I'm feeling she's stressed out about something. And someone's just said she's going to look back and think, I don't know what I worried about. So she's either going after a new job or she's on probation, or there's some sort of thing where she's stressing about it. And they're saying, it's easy enough to tell her to relax.
Yeah.
There's a gentleman here with me, okay, different to Sharon's link. This is for you specifically, okay? I don't know if this is your dad, but that's how I'm feeling, because as I'm looking at you, I feel I've got this man, okay? You will forgive me, he's got hair though.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
I didn't mean that in a rude way, but he's laughing his head off. He said, I didn't have no teeth. He's got hair, he had hair, but I don't know if he lost some of his teeth. Might not have lost all of them.
No. I think my dad said I'd most of his teeth, I think.
He had what?
I think he had most of his teeth.
Right, well then he'd lost a significant couple, because I can see gaps. You know, like, it's like I feel, and it may have been that towards the end of his life they were loose.
That could have been.
Right, okay, because that's what made me feel he might have had false teeth, because I'm feeling they were loose. Well, what he's saying is that, you know, it's easy enough for us to say, oh, don't worry, it'll all be wonderful. But he said, I am telling you, she will be all right, okay? And she learning to drive?
I don't know.
Because I feel as if I've got her behind the wheel.
Very possible.
Okay. I don't know if she is sort of, you know, like, I mean, I'm assuming then she doesn't drive.
As far as I know, she doesn't.
Right, okay, well, I've got her behind the wheel of the car, and I feel it will make a big difference to her life and her confidence as well. Because that's what she needs, is a boost to her confidence.
Yeah.
Okay, right, bless you, darling.
Right, it's sorry to be awkward, but I've got people out in the virtual world asking any messages for them.
I can only give who I've got.
I know, but people are commenting because the producers just text me. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, darling. Yeah. You know, I mean, I will.
I do know that.
I will go to, you know, whoever I've got. Oh, I've lost my thread now. Right, well, I'm only going to throw it open because I don't know where I am. I've got somebody called Fred here, which is a fairly common name, I know. Someone's laughing. They're saying that old rhyme, poor old Fred, smoked in bed, now he's dead. I feel whoever this Fred was, he smoked like a trooper. And he was breathless as well, although he might have had to have given up smoking, because I feel as if he was really, really chesty, like he had emphysema or smoker's cough. Quite gaunt, I would have said. Quite a gaunt man, and I feel as if I've got he's got that pallor, so I know that he had lung trouble for quite a little while. Can anybody take that, please?
Anything coming up on?
Freddie's my granddad, very jolly, and
That's Dominic Smith.
Yeah, and said that saying, that's my granddad, he smoked. Right. Hi, Dominic. Huh? Who's Margaret Barclay?
Chelsea Margaret.
Oh, right, yeah. And Ruth is saying granddad. Right, okay, let's see if we can work this out. Right, he's quite a sort of a thin man. I don't know if he lost a lot of weight, but he looks very, very gaunt. He's got that sort of pallor that tells me that he's, you know, like definitely his organs would have failed towards the end, you know, which sometimes, you know, it does happen with these things. So I feel he must have been on oxygen at the end. And he never lost his sense of humour. He could look he looked more dour than he was. Oh, Alison's on there as well. There you go. Bless you, Rose. It's so difficult. As you said, you can only go to where spirit takes you. Oh, thank you, Diane. All I can say is this man, yeah, gone when he died, okay. And he looked, his words, not mine, bless him, he looked a right old misery. But I get the feeling that he had a really lovely sense of humour. And I think when he was young, he was quite a party man. And when I say that, I don't mean he was off out to the pub every night. Thank you. I feel he loved like a family get-together. There was nothing more he liked than, you know, the family all getting together, whether it was at the pub or a social club or even at home. And Christmas was a big deal to him. Oh, I think he was like a kid in a sweet shop. And I feel that he had that infectious sense of fun about him, even right to the end. Not just funny, but that sense of fun. Oh, hello, Margaret Bartley. Yes, I can take that. Not sure where I am here. Well, I can see, you know, like that there's a couple of you at least that can take that. The reason I feel that this gentleman is around is because he's been keeping an eye on someone. I don't know if someone's been in hospital or been very poorly at home, but somebody has really, oh, right, lovely, yeah, Christmas, yeah, and always at social club. Dominique, I do feel I am with you, but because it all had to fit. I feel as if either somebody's been very poorly or very unwell. We know there's a lot of it going on. They may have even have been in hospital, not necessarily COVID. There are, as we know, other things going on as well. And I don't mean that they're dying or anything like that, but there has been a lot of upheaval around someone. And a lot of changes that's needed to be made. Oh, hello, we're back to Margaret. Yes, me. Well, Margaret, can you take all the rest of the information? Because it all has to be, you know, it all has to be right. Oh my God, she had to. Right, thank you, Dominique. I felt I was with you. I did feel I was with you, Dominique. Yeah, it all, you know, and you can take all of it, every bit of it. Right, can I just say then that, you know, and you said it was your granddad, you know, so obviously he would be keeping an eye on your daughter. There's also a lady here with him as well. I don't know if that there is a tendency, I'm not diagnosing, as you know, there is a tendency for these medical conditions to run in the family. Whatever is wrong with your daughter, it may be that there is something that the tendency does run through the family, because he's just saying that that there was somebody else in the past that had a similar thing. Because what he's saying is that they're all around and they're all keeping an eye on her, and she's a tough old thing. She's strong in here. And she's a chip off the old block. Right, thank you. I was about to say about school. Oh, fish. she's more, because I was going to just say to you, I feel she is more concerned about missing schooling or missing something. And I know that this is always an important time for certain children. I don't know how old she is. Thank you, Jeanette. Yeah, thank you very much. Because I just feel that it's like, oh, you know, like there's so much she wanted to do or get done. So it may be that she's, you know, like at quite an important time in her life, or that she was doing certain exams or competitions or whatever it is, because she's one of these young girls that has got a lot going on in her life. She either has hobbies or activities, or, you know, as well as schooling. And I think that she's more, I was nearly said something there beginning with P, off about missing all these things. And I was mindful that Raymond was sitting there and that we was in church and I'm not at home.
After the arrival.
Yes, that's the one. I nearly forgot myself there. Yeah, because she's quite, you know, she's more upset about missing all those things at the moment, because she's just, it's like, oh, you know, she's got so much she wants to do, but, you know, this isn't the end of her doing those things. She's just got to, you know, like, adapt, and she will. She will, because, yeah, she is a strong girl. She's a tough old cookie, or young cookie. And you need to have a rest as well. I don't know if your daughter likes to write, but I can see, I don't know if she writes compositions or essays or stories, but definitely I can see somebody writing here. And before I leave you, there's, oh, I've got a little nipper. Even though, oh, right, she wants to be an actress, right, okay. Well, do you know what? I don't see why it would stop her, because if she wanted it enough, then, you know, if that's what she wants to do, then you tell her she should do it. I know it's a tough profession, but if you do what you love, you know, the rest follows. I'm not talking about being famous, because that's not it at all, you know, but I know lots and lots of actors, you know, and actresses, they, you know, there's only a handful that become famous, and even they don't work all the time. I thought I was reading and writing, and I'm doing a master's degree in writing essays at the moment. Okay, my darling, then I know then that I am with you. Well, that'll do it, won't it? You know, that's essay, isn't it? Yeah. Well, I've got this little darling dog here, and I'm saying Nipper, but he looks like, he's a little Jack Russell, and he looks just like the one off the HMV thing, you know? And his name was Nipper, wasn't it?
It was,
yeah. Because he's just in here, and I think he was a bit of a nipper and all this one. So I think that might have been tongue-in-cheek said, because he's just running around in little circles, and somehow that this dog, you know, this dog is connected to you, and I love it when the animals come through, and the children, because they always uplift everything. And dogs to me are friendship and protection. And just know that you have both. You know, they say when you know, like everything is down, the chips are down, that's my little dog, was a little nipper, yeah. That is your, you know, you find out who's there for you. You know, what they say, you know, good friends are there when things are going right, best friends are there when, you know, everything's going wrong. That's when you find out who your friends are. And, you know, like, who you can rely on. And I do feel that you've got, oh, bless. Oh, I'm assuming you're talking about the dog. But, you know, you have got a good backup there. And I want to say you've also got a good backup up there as well. Take their love. Take Granddad's love. I want to tell you, he's still smoking like a trooper. He ain't stopping now. And sometimes you can smell smoke around. And it's like, because I don't think anybody smokes around you now. And you know, like, but I think it's him. He just lets you know he was there. And I've got freesias as well. Yeah, I've got freesias. I'm being told to give you freesias, and that is from a lady. I don't know if this is Nan. I've got a separate, so it may not have been the same. You know, might not have been Granddad's wife. It might have been Nan on the other side. But yeah, oh yeah. All right then, Dominique, I'll leave you there because if I've got time, I want to try and get another one in.
Yes, you have.
Okay. Ooh. I've got Paul. Somebody shouting out Paul here. I don't know who that was, but thank you anyway, whoever said that. Well done, Rose Anderson. Love to hear your readings. I didn't catch the name. I've got
quite a few good comments, Rose. I'm not being sarcastic.
No.
Especially because of what I said to you, but people have pointed out you can only go, but somebody on Facebook asked, is this only for church this morning? So, you know,
No,
I know.
you know, I mean, it just happened that way.
No, I've told mediums before, you know, medium can only go, not the medium, the congregation, you can only go where you're going to.
Exactly. Right, okay. I've got somebody here and I've got the name of Paul. I'm getting the feeling that Paul wasn't an older man when he died. I felt he was fairly young. I haven't said that, young's relative, as we know. He didn't make his 70, if that makes sense. You're welcome, Dominique. I feel he was still in his prime, this man. I feel I've got something to do with my stomach here. And I don't know if he had, I'm not saying he had cancer, but definitely there was a problem here. Can anyone take this? Anyone here take it? No? Any takers? Like anyone in Fairyland?
Go careful there.
Yeah, I know. That slipped out before I had a chance to think what I was saying. Anyone out there in the virtual world?
Quite a few there. We both know.
Oh, yeah. Right. Yes, I can take it. He was young, maybe 40s. Thank you, Bev. Right. Quite introspective. I can take a Paul in spirit. Okay. Right. This Paul was quite, I won't say quiet, he was quite introspective. Definitely he had problems to do with the stomach area. I can feel this pain and this burning. That's not necessarily what he died of. Feels like Fairyland sometimes. Yeah. That's not what he died of necessarily, but definitely there's a lot of pain here in this stomach region, and I feel he's sort of like, it almost feels like his Paul is retreating, as if he's going within himself. So I'm not, you know, I don't diagnose, but it's like I feel like he might have had some depressive problems. Okay. Oh, we've got enough young Pauls here. I don't know. I felt as if Paul was a little bit older than mid-20s. He was young. I mean, certainly young to me, but he wasn't maybe that young, but he definitely was still in his prime. I feel as if he sometimes used to get very down and very depressed quite easily. And I am not saying that's what he died of, because he's not saying that to me. But I feel that the person, yeah, right, okay, definitely in himself. suffered depression. Okay, Tracy, I may be with you then. Because he's definitely pulled the mood down. Oh, bless him. He's not like that now. And I'm not saying that he took his own life, because that's not necessarily what I feel, but I do feel that certain things in his lifestyle may have contributed to his death. Because I feel as if he would, I'm not saying he was bipolar, but I'm not qualified to say that. You know, it's really difficult, because I feel I can be myself. I can come out of it, and then I can retreat into myself and go into myself, and it's almost like he would go on a bender, or he would, you know, and no one knew what had happened to him. He used to get very, very melancholy, he tells me. I don't know whether, right, okay, thank you. I don't know whether he had children, but there's people around, this family around, I don't know if you're still in touch with them, Tracy, that are still feeling and wondering, could they have been more supportive to him? I'm not saying that they pushed him away, but it's almost a case of, sometimes, you know, oh God, you know, I'm not saying that he was homeless, but sometimes it's all like, oh God, I don't want to see him because, yeah, really love the alcohol. Right, thank you. Okay, I felt that, you know, like he would go really on a bender, and it's like maybe sometimes his family would avoid him, or people would avoid him, and however he died, and it may have been, this is what caused the gastric problem, the alcohol. It's like somebody's feeling really, really guilty. Yes, I am. You are what? Feeling guilty? No, anyway, somebody's feeling really guilty, but I feel they mustn't, because I don't feel whatever would have happened. People did try to help him. They did try to be supportive, but it's almost as if sometimes people, you know, they just won't accept it. Can I just say that whoever this is, you know, that is feeling this way at the moment, I feel it's easy enough for me to say, but they need to move on from this. And this may be you, it may be somebody else in his family, but all I want to say is that yeah, avoid him, and people stepped away. Oh, bless. I just feel as if, you know, he's not like that now. You know, he's not like that. He's full of light. And I know I said, oh, he's pulled the mood down, but obviously he's brought how he was, because otherwise you wouldn't recognise him. But can I just say that he's full of light now, and he helps people that are going through things like he is, or he was, should I say. And, you know, he said he's got purpose. He does come back to see his family. That there is a gentleman, I don't know if it's his father, but there is a gentleman that he is quite concerned about at the moment. And he says he's keeping an eye on him, and he's you know, he's sending lots of light his way. But he says he's found his purpose. Don't feel it was a wasted life. We don't understand the reasons for things. We don't understand what's the ways, or why people come here, or what they learn when they're here. So we can't comment or you know, certainly not criticise. But I just get the feeling that you know, he is in a wonderful place now. He's not in the darkness, I can tell you that now. You know, he comes in light, and he wants to bring that light, and he wants to bring that upliftment. And he's got a cat with him. I'm not sure if he was a cat lover, but this cat loved him. Beautiful cat. And again, I love bringing the animals through. I don't know if this is one of it's a cat of yours, Tracy, but I know you're a dog lady, but I want to say that, you know, he brings this cat with him. Cats also are intuition as well. There are independence in our intuition. And, right, okay. I feel like I don't know if I'm still with you. Have you got back problems? Yes, he had a cat, thank you. Loved that cat, didn't he? It's quite a big cat as well. Looks fluffy and quite a, not saying it's a Maine Coon, but it is it's a big cat. Somebody's got back problems or had, I don't know if it's Paul, because I can feel this pain. Again, this may have been to do with the stomach problems. Okay, all right then, Tracy, I feel I've left you because I've sort of jumped onto someone else. They are moving quick today, aren't they? Am I all right for time? Oh, goody goody. Mm.
She told you finish by Tuesday, you're fine. It's just got cold, isn't it?
It's that temperature's dropped. If I didn't know better, I'd think Spirit were around.
Yeah, is that at all?
I've got to be honest, as I sat up here, I thought, Jesus, wish I'd worn a thicker cardi.
Back doors open, regulation.
Oh, you're welcome, Tracy. Right, okay, let me see where else I can go. Eeny, meeny, miny. God, I've got somebody singing Tiptoe Through the Tulips here. What was his name, that bloke with the falsetto voice?
Yeah, Tiny Tim.
Tiny Tim, that's it.
We're showing our age.
Oh God, we are, aren't we? Right, I have got somebody singing Tiptoe Through the Tulips. I've got to be honest, I do think they've had a few. That's disgraceful. I don't associate with people. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. I don't associate with people that imbibe. Thank you, Christine. I know this is non-real fur because Jackie wouldn't do that to me. But, oh God, and Jackie wouldn't have it anyway. I was singing that yesterday. Well, Bev, if I am with you, I've got a gentleman here that really, you know, liked a few. He liked the pub, and I do not mean he was an alcoholic, because despite what I just said, I like a few and I like the pub as well. And so does my colleagues here, my friends. Just because we don't, doesn't mean we don't like it. Oh, I look cosy, don't I? I want to say that, I'm not saying he necessarily would sing that, but I want to give somebody a beautiful bunch of tulips, because I don't know if this is you, Bev, but it's somebody's favourite flower. And these tulips look perfect, absolutely perfect. They almost look, yeah, you said that. You looked like you was enjoying yourself. You were singing that yesterday, Bev. But I don't know if this gentleman is with you, but definitely I want to give someone this bunch of tulips. And I've got the name Dave as well. I know it's a fairly common old name, but I definitely heard the name Dave, and it's definitely somebody that would have liked the pub. Now that's a bit vague, isn't it? He's not elderly, this man. He doesn't look it. Again, I feel somebody that wouldn't have looked their age. He might have been in his 60s, might have been a little bit older, but he didn't look no more than late 50s, 60s. And he's just said to me, he said, it was the big C that took me off. Fairly specific. I think it was something he didn't like to talk about, you know. He thought if he didn't talk about it, it wouldn't happen. If only. Right, can anyone understand this? Can anyone take this? Oh, what?
I can take a day. He did like the pub. He wasn't, I don't think he was quite 60, maybe late 50, maybe. Yeah.
Well, that's what I said. He was no more than late 50s, early 60s.
It's not from his from good friend's brother, and I was talking to her last night, and I was looking at some pictures of him today.
Right. Can you understand? My brother David is 50. Let's see where we're going, Sarah. Okay, Laurie. I mean, I'm assuming he's in spirit, because, you know, I'm good, but not that good. Because this fella's talking to me here. Would the rest of it fit, Laurie, please? And I don't know why I got these tulips. Could you understand that?
Do you know, I can't really take it. It's something familiar. Yeah. I think I was looking at him and he had a flower in his hair, and it might have been the chick he was messing about, and he had
A tulip in his ear,
yeah.
right? He liked to drink.
Yeah.
Okie doke. I've got a funny feeling that it might be with you, but yes, he's passed. I'm so relieved to hear that. Right, let's try and find out. Right. I feel he was a nice man. He had a pleasant face. Like as I said, he liked a good laugh. And although he liked to have a drink and sometimes got a bit squiffy, he was never horrible with it. He was more silly than anything, you know, more daft. And definitely, I feel he had cancer, definitely. That was what he said. My daughter's favourite flower is a tulip. Right. Would you understand that he would have had this, as he put it, the big C? And he was quite, I think when he was younger, I get the feeling, although he liked to drink, he was quite a sporty man when he was younger. He was quite, when I say athletic, or played football, you know, quite a lot. He was quite sporty. They're not coming up as quick, the messages, but and I don't know if he had, that's not a picture of him, is it? Because I was going to say, I don't know if he had, I was going to say, like sandy hair, or I was going to say, you know, slightly red, you know, like strawberry blonde, and there's a little boy there. No cancer that I know of. Okay. It's interesting. Were you in touch with him at the time, Laurie? Because I'm feeling that there was a bit of a separation in the, you know, like, I don't know if it was just logistics, you didn't live near, or whether it was there'd been a sort of a rift in the family, not necessarily between you and him. My brother was brown hair, brown eyes. Right, well, I was feeling that this man might have had like sandy coloured hair. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. But you're not sure what he died of?
No. The family was a little bit vague with me, so I didn't push it.
Right, okay. No, was not in touch with him. Okay, I could be with both of you because I'm feeling this sort of rift again. So that might apply to yours. So can you both take the message? Right. Can I just say that, again, yes, family had issues. Thank you, Laurie. Again, although, you know, obviously I can't prove that, but what he's telling me is that there were internal problems. It's like, again, I feel it may have been something that he left, because I don't think he liked doctors. He wasn't keen on going to the doctor. And I think there was a lot about his life that he didn't discuss. I think he was quite a private person. And I don't know which of you it's for, but he's bringing in a horse or a pony. Okay, and so this may be for Laurie, because I've just got this pony being brought in. And again, I feel that there's a joke about it, because it looks like, you know, one of them Felwell ponies, you know, the little tiny
Shetland type.
Yeah, it's quite a cute little thing, just about my height. Mind you, it'd be like one of them Felwell things if I sat on the poor thing. You know, it would sort of go down like that. But there is a sort of a meaning to that. And somebody here suffers with really, really bad headaches. I don't know, yeah, did not say, and will not go to the doctor. Thank you very much, Laurie. I do feel like that this is probably with you then. I don't know what the pony is, but he's brought this in. So it may be a memory. You did say it was your brother, didn't you? Because this may be a memory from your childhood, because he's leading it in, and it's something you would think of with children. But there is somebody at the moment, he tells me, that is getting really bad headaches, or keeps getting these bad headaches. I'm not saying there's anything sinister or anything like that, but yeah, his daughter have been trying, just said the other day, not a farm without a horse. Thank you. Then that makes sense. Take his love then, okay, and oh dear. I don't know if this is a literal headache or it's like somebody's just wants to tear their hair out, you know, or they're saying that something's giving them an headache. But he's talking about someone keeps getting these headaches, and he's just saying that, you know, need to rest, and they need to take their eyes away. Don't we all? Take their eyes off the screen. So it's somebody that's, I think that could be the whole world at the moment, on the screen too much. But that may be because they have to work on it, or they're having to do schoolwork. Yeah, right. Okay, thank you. I don't need you to tell you to go and get yourself checked out then, do I? Shouldn't really. I think that the screen affects you as well, and I think you've noticed it. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. You need to sort yourself out. Anyway, he's around you, just letting you know, sending his love. God bless you, because I'm going now.
Thank you, Rose. Thank you very much indeed. Sorry about the confusion I did with saying complaint. I actually meant comment, so do forgive me on that. It's me. As I tell you, my brain, I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning, so I'm still in the land of somewhere. And I woke up yesterday like I'd been out the night before, so if I was in a spirit pub, I didn't see you then.
I wish I had been there.
Yeah.
I've got better sleep.
So, friends, thank you very much. Rosie, thank you very much indeed. It's a bit cold in here today because of COVID regulations. We've got nearly every door open and it is freezing. I'm sorry for you sitting there. You've got right in the front of it, isn't you? Oh, really? Oh. So, thank you everybody for joining us today. I'm going to ask Richard to put a few notices up. And next week's medium is, mediums are Matt and Kirsty Grogan from Kent. So I'm not sure if they're going to be coming here or doing it virtual, which is probably what's going to happen. But next week's Matt and Kirsty Grogan. So thank you. Some adverts, please, Richard. Sunday sofa for tonight or this afternoon. Sunday sofa from 2 o'clock. They do a bit of chat, readings and gossip. They're three entertaining young ladies. VIP night tonight with free mediumship development at 8 o'clock via Zoom. So that's always a very good evening. Matt and Kirsty tomorrow, and tomorrow afternoon, morning, it's Deb's doing 11s with readings, chat and much more. That's a new show that's starting on Spiritual Psychics TV. And Mert and Kirsty tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. And also I say next Sunday here as well at Wimbledon Church, either virtually or in the physical. So thank you all very much for joining us this morning. We've come to the end of our service. I just make a public announcement to those in the congregation really, but anyone's interested in carry on with the chairing, please speak to Jackie or myself. That electrical box where Jackie's sitting, it looks a bit more intimidating than it actually is, but if anyone's interested, please let us know. I did know Lulu said a little while ago she was, but have a lovely Sunday, the rest of you. I ask, do you want me to close with prayer or do you want to do it? Save you getting up, that's all. So as we depart in peace, we take with us the love and the comfort of the Spirit in our hearts and our minds, with the knowledge of continuing life, of healing by the power of the Spirit, and the manifestation of Spirit in our daily lives as we go upon the highways and byways of life. For there is a peace of God that passes all understanding. It keeps our hearts and minds in the knowledge and love of God and in the power of the Spirit. And we depart with those words in our hearts and in our minds until we all meet again. Goodbye, good morning, and God bless you all. Bye-bye.